The acidic blood of the Xenomorph is one of its best survival adaptations, as noted by Parker, crew member of the Nostromo.
It's got a wonderful defense mechanism. You don't dare kill it.
The lifeblood of the Xenomorph is thought to be a highly corrosive molecular acid, and is capable of eating through just about anything, including the reinforced floors, walls, and ceilings of spacecraft. As deadly as this acid blood can be, there's one branch of Xeno variants that have grown to weaponize the acid, using it as their main offensive attack. There have been other Xeno aliens that have used their acid spit as a weapon before, yet none of them were as specialized as the spitters encountered by the Marines on LV-426. So today, let's take a closer look at this offshoot of the alien and see what the company knows about them and just how they may have been created. The Spitter, or Ranger Alien, is a new subset of Xenomorph that was discovered by the Colonial Marines during the events of Stasis Interrupted and the base game Aliens Colonial Marines. According to the Book of Alien, which lists the variant as the Ranger, this Xenomorph type is best known for spitting acidic blood, which is stored in what seems to be spit gland sacs in the head. It is easily identified by the spines on the head, which flare up to signify that an attack is imminent. From their encounter in Aliens Colonial Marines, we find that the Spitter's head crest is more ornate than your standard alien, as it would flare out near the back in a similar design to the Queen and Praetorian. The rest of the head would also be larger than normal, as it would be full of sacs that are used to store the acid blood. There may even be variants on the layout designs of these skulls and their acid sacs, as seen in the multiplayer version of the game. While the standard Xenomorph could range between 6 to 8 feet tall, the Spitters were of a more uniform height, usually standing near the 8-foot mark. The creature would have a longer tail than most other Xenos, complete with an axe-like tip, similar to the ones on the Praetorian. The fingers and claws of the Spitters would also be larger than the hands of its Xenomorph counterparts, as they would need to be better adapted to climbing and grappling onto the ceilings and vertical surfaces. Their exoskeletons were said to have a more bluish tint to them than those of other aliens, and for some reason they appear to have an extra rib that is not seen in other specimens. When confronted by a threat, the Spitter alien will keep its distance and attack from long range. They can hurl their acid from what looks to be over 100 yards during the encounters on LV-426, and they show enough intelligence to be able to coordinate their attacks and fight as a group. On top of this, they seem to be much more agile than usual and are able to jump distances that other aliens cannot. A jumping ability that is used to keep distance to any known threats, as the Rangers are not adept at close combat. The acid sacs are vulnerable to damage, making them a target for the Marines as long as you aren't too close, as the resulting acid shower is as deadly as the self-destruction of boiler aliens. They do possess the inner attack jaw of other aliens, but seeing as how they avoid close encounters, it's rarely used, which could be why they lack the extended canine teeth of their alien cousins. The Spitters also have digitigrade legs, which became standard after Aliens with the Runner of Alien 3, the Xenos of Resurrection, and the Protomorph of Alien Covenant, all having the same type of leg arrangement. On a side note, John Mulkey, the design director of Aliens Colonial Marines, stated that the Spitter's design is a clear nod to the Spitter from Left 4 Dead 2 and the Dilophosaurus of Jurassic Park. Now, according to Gearbox, the makers of Aliens Colonial Marines, the new Xenomorph variants introduced in the game were likely caused by exposure to radiation after the detonation of the atmosphere processing station. This has led some to believe that the Spitter is an alien adult that was mutated as it was changing into a Praetorian or Queen. A similar creation was thought to have occurred with the Crusher Xenomorph, yet in Alien the role-playing game, the Crusher is a Xenomorph that's been fed metals and royal jelly to change into the Charger alien. Could the Ranger or Spitter have a similar origin? Are they simply adult aliens fed royal jelly, another evolution of the Xenomorph, or were they a creation of Weyland-Yutani at the Origin facility? Now, the Spitters aren't the only Xenos to spit acid, and they aren't even the first ones to do it. We saw the Dragon, the Runner alien, spit acid on an unsuspecting prisoner on Fury 161, and the clone Xenos of Resurrection have the ability as well. We've also seen the technique in the Aliens arcade game and in Alien vs Predator Extinction. Outside of Aliens Colonial Marines, the Xenomorph Spitter would also make an appearance in the AVP board game expansion, Hot Landing Zone. Unfortunately, they don't have a description or bio for the Spitter here, but the creature has the same design as the ones that were encountered on LV-426, and this is evidence that they do exist outside of the moon of Acheron. And unfortunately, this is all the information we have on this rarer type of Xenomorph alien. What do you guys think of the Spitters or Rangers? Should they make an appearance on film, or would you rather they stay in the expanded universe? I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions down below, and as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.